Final round.
Power.
Nice shot.
KO.
Welcome to Gamer Girls.
But there's a lot of queer coding.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So actually, something that's very key is this is a game that is published and developed by a studio in China.
Mm-hmm.
And China has very specific rules that were first really felt by Genshin Impact with certain characters had to have their character models changed a bit in the outfits that they were wearing.
They had to be more modest?
They had to be a little bit more modest. There was another character that was sort of quoted as being against a trope that the Chinese Communist Party was like against, which they were basically against any characters who were male, but you wouldn't know they were male or female unless you looked at their lore.
Oh, okay. So
like,
any kind of androgynous or...
like androgyny or like feminine presenting men. They were very much any like overtly queer content. But Honkai Impact 3rd, which of course predates Honkai Star Rail, was very well known for that game. Only had female playable characters.
Only? Ooh, we don't see that.
Yeah, which is also why for 3.0, a lot of the XPs of male characters from that game, people are very excited for them because it means that they can finally play them in this game. But because there was an all-female cast, there were a lot of characters who were best friends, you know.
Historians say they're best friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Good friends,
you know, really close. There's a lot of there's a lot of Reddit threads and documentation that basically go through all the different like lines that these characters tell each other, where it's very clear that they were written with the intent of being closer than friends.
So you think it was written with that true intention too, and it's not just fans reading into
100. Like, I don't unfortunately, I didn't write any of them down, but like I was reading through some of them and it was just friends don't say this to each other.
Yeah.
Like, this is very clear that there was a rule put in place that they could not have any queer characters, and so they did their loopholes the way that they can. Even in Honkai Star Rail, there's two characters who I have heard supposedly, apparently in like some of the like codex entries of the game, there is gay poetry about them.
Oh, Sappho would be proud.
Yeah, and by gay I mean like men loving men. Yeah.
I think Sappho would still be proud.
Yeah. No, 100%. But like the Chinese poetry, it was written and it can have multiple different interpretations. And it was very romantic in nature.
Okay. We might have to take another episode to discuss this
probably.
a little bit more. The Hoyoverse.
Yeah, no, the queer coding of Hoyoverse could definitely be one of them. Especially, I think, in 3.0 because it is very like Greek and Roman inspired. And there were two gods who, not Aeons, but like two gods on Amphorius who, if you look at their lore, they were romantic lovers and they were both women. You know, if you also love a little bit of like, I
like queer coding. I'm here for it.
Exactly. Yeah. A little bit sprinkled here and there. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, I think you've just convinced me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would give it a try. I genuinely would.
Honestly, I probably should have started with that. Like,
yeah, you know what? Knowing me, you probably should have.
Yeah, no, I probably should have started with it's a little gay. Okay. Also, we're in space.
Really, the only two things you needed to say, we didn't need to do this whole episode, actually.
Yeah. I would say
cool.
definitely give it a shot.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for introducing me to the world of Honkai. And I just appreciate the background and learning about all the intricacies and sort of breaking it down for me as a much less experienced gamer in comparison to your game dev skills.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this might get you into a bunch of different gacha games because
Seems like a wormhole.
I kind of started with one and then I kept picking up more and now I'm out to like 4 different ones, which are probably like baby numbers compared to some other people.
Wow.
But, you know, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, go play Honkai Star Rail version 3.0 out right now. Also, best time to play any of these games is when they have a major update because that's when they're rolling out all the rewards and the in-game currency stuff.
Right.
So yeah, definitely the best time to do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sana. Again,
Yeah.
that's Sana. I'm Van. This has been Gaymer Girls.
This has been Gaymer Girls, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, like, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff.